Welcome to True Love Knots with Maria Romano. Feng Shui has several tips for attracting the energies of love. Let us hear Maria and her expertise on Feng Shui in connection to love, eyes closed, in too many choices.
Yes, okay, I'm gonna put this on. All right, everybody, how are we doing tonight? If I can ask those of you that are in our green room tonight to just mute yourself. Hi, Harriet and Tony and Tom. How are we doing? How's everyone doing?
Great.
Here? Huh? This is great. I am so excited because I have a special guest who I have to say, I've known her since she's never been tiny. She's always been a tall gal. But what's great about tonight, and I'm going to be looking at my phone too so I can see any comments that might come about. So that you know, first of all, Kate, I know Kate from when my daughter went to St. Vitus. Now my daughter's 35. They're about the same age. So I want you to know I also have some girls that used to go to St. Vitus, Andrea, Darlene. I think they're watching right now too. Everyone's fascinated. But Kate and her mom, actually her mom, I've known her mom for many years, and her mom and dad, and her mom is an astrologer and a Feng Shui expert. And I have to tell you, I have used her myself personally for Feng Shui and astrology. And then, of course, recently I used Kate to help me about, hi Marlo, Marlo's here watching us too, my daughter, to help me with the launch of my book. Those of you that know me know I just released the book, and it made all the difference in the world, and my relationships too. So it's not just books, it's relationships. And so far, I have to tell you, it's been really great. But Kate, I don't know how long you've been doing this. You're going to give us a little bit of background. But you know, one thing I wanted to address is, first of all, I was speaking to some people, and I had some people say, "Ooh, you know, this is like tarot cards or voodoo." Talk a little bit about the Feng Shui and the reasoning behind it. How important it is.
Absolutely. So I was born and raised in Las Vegas, and I think my passion was always to help people. And I had fallen into the spa world and management, so I was helping people, but not on that individual level that I kind of had seen in my mind, right? And so 3 years ago, I quit my corporate job. I quit, you know, the set salary, the income, everything, and said, I'm going to launch my practice. So I was raised with the language, so it's always been like in my repertoire, if you will, but I've been doing it full time for 3 years. And that's an excellent point about what you bring up, that, you know, there can be some resistance when I say what I do. Because people think, oh, is that the devil's work, or that's witchy, or it goes against maybe what they were raised with. And tonight when we talk about Feng Shui, I'll do my best not even to use that word. because honestly, when we reframe our thinking and we view our home and our space as a living thing, right? They did, it's constantly evolving. It's just energy. It greatly impacts, one, how we treat our home, what we allow into our home, what we honor by putting on our walls. There's absolutely Feng Shui principles. There's things that are by the book. But when we just think of the home as simply a reflection of self. So if you've ever created like a vision board, right? You cut out the little pieces of paper and you glue it onto a thing. This is what I want. I want to travel here. I want this money. I want a relationship, whatever it is. Think of the walls as your home as the largest vision board you will ever create. And when you say it like that, that takes kind of all that mysteriousness of Feng Shui out of it. The walls are a way for you to manifest what you want. So that's how I like to teach it. That's how I like to convey it when I'm with clients in their home, is let's take out some of that unknown and just talk about what we're actually doing.
I think are you there still? Did you stop for a minute? I can't hear you.
Oh, I wrapped up my sentence.
Okay. So I have a question for you. Kate, could you hear me?
Yeah.
I guess I have a delay, and that's what's throwing me off.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. It's the video. That's why I'm going, is she finished speaking? I want to walk over your words. So tell us in simple terms, we're talking about relationships, right? Maybe you can share a story. Maybe you went into someone's home, maybe they were having issues or something, and how important what you have hanging on your wall, what you're doing.
Yeah, well, I'll go into a lot of stories. So I brought today 3 tips that everyone can go home and do right now. And as I go through the tips, I'll tell stories about what I've seen and how this kind of played out in their lives on a much larger scale. So the first tip that I have for everyone is really to take a critical eye and look at your home. And does your home say, I want a relationship? Now, whether you're in a relationship or you're not, right? Because you could be in a relationship, but have a lot of signs around the house that you don't want a relationship. So look at your home and think, is your home set up? And is it telling the universe, I want a relationship? And ways that the home would say that, right, would be, are there 2 chairs in the living area? If you brought a partner home, is there a place for someone else to sit? Is there a place for someone else to eat? When we go to the bedroom, is the bed only set up for one person? Maybe there's only a pillow on one side, right? We don't even care about the other side. The other side's just books or our tablet or whatever we bring into the bed with us, right? Maybe we only have one nightstand, right? We're just kind of catering to the one person in the home. So if you don't have a relationship and you want a relationship, start bringing in these extra pieces of furniture to say, hey, I'm ready for someone to sit in this chair. I'm ready for someone to sleep on this side of the bed. In addition to the furniture, right, and the bed, even the artwork. Does your artwork have a lot of imagery of just a solo person or thing? Okay, so I'll go into people's homes and it'll be like one bird or, one candlestick, and there's just all these ones. And it's a repetitive theme throughout the whole house. Okay, start putting duality in your artwork. And I know it sounds so simplistic, like, oh, really, I'm gonna put a piece of artwork up and Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so is gonna come along. But we're starting to plant the seeds that I am ready for 2. The last thing I'll say about, are we telling the home that we want a relationship would be, how much stuff do you still have from your ex in your home? So I go into a lot of homes and, the furniture mismatches or something doesn't look right. And I'm like, tell me about this. What's the story behind this? Oh, that's my ex-husband's. Like, I've never really cared for it. It's just sitting there or whatever. Or, oh yeah, that's so-and-so. It's like, get rid of that stuff. Give yourself permission to let go of the past, to allow yourself to move forward.
Interesting. That makes a lot of sense.
Right? So with that, I've been in many homes where it's just one chair. I'm like, where would even someone sit if you brought someone home? Right? And if you did bring a date home, that could kind of be a turnoff to them. Like, it doesn't even look like you have the space for someone else in your life from a physical standpoint. Okay, so that's the first thing. And it takes a critical eye because we're in our homes all the time. And so we see it. That's what I'm saying. You have to really, look at the symbolism behind what you're saying. When we see it every day, it's just like, oh yeah, my house is fine, nothing bad. But really look to see, what are you telling the universe that you want with what you have on your walls? So that's the first thing.
Does that mean I need to clear my closet out a little bit? How many of us have our closet stuff too? Does that mean that we have to do, okay. Maybe somebody over here is doing the same thing and they're listening. I'm watching the Facebook Live. Go right ahead, Kate. I love what you're sharing.
Yeah. The second thing we're going to talk about, and this might sound more like that traditional Feng Shui word, right, is the front door. Okay. The front door is all about opportunity. Think about, that's where the energy enters the home. And so we want it to be a pretty seamless process. That's where opportunity finds you, right? If I'm gonna come over to your house and bring you some peaches from my tree, I need to know how to find you. So when we talk about the front door, is it easily seen? And I know that might sound so silly, but I've been at so many consultations where I'm sitting, at the end of the driveway, kind of panicking, like, where is their front door? Maybe it's on the side of the house. Maybe it's kind of covered with some trees. It's awkward. I'm like, I hope, the neighbors aren't like, who is this person? I've shown up on people's like side doors before because it's not clear. And that's where that idea of painting the door red comes in. Because everyone thinks, oh, feng shui, right? You have to have a red door. But the idea is we have to be able to see your door. We have to know how to find you. So when we think of the door, the front door as opportunity, we want that door to be, one, can we easily open it, right? So does the locks work? Does it stick at all? Is it colorful so we can find it? Is there anything that we have to step over to get to it? Maybe there's dead trees or dead bushes on the way there. And something that's a little controversial, I'll say, is those no soliciting signs. And I would love to throw one up because I hate people showing up at my door unannounced like that. But the idea is that the universe doesn't recognize, right? We're telling no, right? The universe doesn't know what's good or what's bad coming to the door. So when we say no, it's basically like saying, stop, go away. And that's what we're telling opportunity without even knowing it when we see that no at the front door. So addressing the front door, putting out, the thoughts, the intentions, the manifestation that I want people, right, to start showing up for me. And then the last one that I have, tip, that is going to be about the relationship corner. Okay, so this is a little exercise that kind of everyone has to do, but I want you to stand at your front door looking into the home. Okay, so you can see my front door behind me, so I'd be standing like this. I want you to look to the farthest back right corner of the home. Okay, so it might be a kitchen, it could be a bathroom, it could be a closet. I want you to look in the home in the back right corner and even outside in the back right corner. Okay, so the farthest back wall of the home in the back right corner. That is what we consider the relationship corner. And what happens here is extremely important. And so to your point, just a few stories about this corner that I've seen in people's homes. Let's go back to that artwork idea. Okay, so I'm in someone's home and movie posters are a big, I see them in people's homes all the time. Okay, so one client had the Jaws poster hanging in her relationship corner. Oh. And you don't want to make assumptions, right, when you're in people's homes. So I say, are you in a relationship? What's going on with the relationship? She goes, oh my gosh, I am dating and it is so scary out there. That's what she tells me. And I'm looking at a Jaws poster, right? Think about the waters, like the open water. Absolutely, it's scary out there, right? And we don't even realize that we are feeling more comfortable with that energy because we have it on our walls. Okay. I had another, and this is going to sound like a very similar example, but almost same exact setup. And then she had a poster of the Titanic movie poster in the relationship corner, right? And although we think of that as like a love story, there was a lot of controversy about the two of them being together. They couldn't be together, right? It wasn't accepted. It wasn't whatever. It's like, oh my gosh, we have to take that down. And I've seen a plethora of crazy things in the relationship corners, even people that are in relationships. I think one of the ones that stands out was they had an image of a king and a queen in the relationship corner, which you would think perfect, right? Partnership, duality. But the king and the queen were literally sitting, not looking at each other, back to back, right? And so I said, I knew that there was a husband in the picture. And so I said, what's going on with your relationship with your husband? She says, we haven't seen eye to eye for years. And we're literally putting that same thing on the wall. So it's like, okay. So again, we have to go back to that critical eye thing, because you might think, oh, it's perfect, but really look at it. Pay attention to when people are in your home. What are they saying about the home? Okay, because a lot of times they can give us clues because they're not seeing it every day like we are. When we go back to that relationship corner, just some easy things, because I could never even talk about all the examples, right? There's so many things. Make sure there's no trash cans there. Make sure that everything in that area is in working order, right? So if it's like, oh, there's a bathroom back there, we don't use it because the toilet, the jiggler thing doesn't work, right? Make sure everything's in working order in that area and elevate anything that's there. So if you have, like a plant, but it's little and it's sitting on the ground, right? Elevate it, Because the idea is when we elevate something, we're giving it energy. When we push it down to the ground, right, it kind of takes on like a depressive, like, oh, sad. So elevate anything in that corner. Make sure it's working. Remove any scary imagery. Again, I know that kind of sounds funny or silly, but anything that might look or feel scary. And if you can put artwork in that area, right? Because I like to give people examples where they don't necessarily have to spend money, but if you're thinking, yes, I want to go out and buy some artwork, get something that has duality, something two of, so two birds, maybe two candles, two buildings, something that would suggest two of. So those are just some really quick, like, right, fun and dirty tricks. Doesn't cost you a lot, but just to start becoming more aware of the home and realize that it's simply a vision board. What do you want out of life, and is it reflected on the walls and in the furniture of your home?
That is such good information. I have to tell you, because I know you just did my home, and coming through my home, my relationship corner, guys out there listening, it sucked. I want you to know it downright sucked, because when she came through my front door, I had these two beautiful pictures, a man and a woman, but their backs were facing you. What does that say, right? What does that say? Obviously. And then I did have the two candles in my relationship corner, but I brought the heart in. So I understand what you're talking about. So everything she says makes a lot of sense. What I love about what Kate talks about too, for those of you listening, she and her mom, every Monday, they release two podcasts called Mom and Me. And I have been listening to them faithfully. And there's a couple of great podcasts that I really, really focused on. That was the pantry. You need to all go listen to the pantry one, on how the pantry is your bank. The pantry is your money and how you treat it. You got to listen to it. And also the floors in your house. You need to be able to get up at night and walk around without the lights on. So true. I was thinking of my sister. She's going through renovation. She says, I can't even get up and go pee because I'm worried about, falling off. So that is so, so important. So, yes, and I see, Harriet, we're going to have you have a moment to answer questions when I come on off. So we had quite a few people that were Facebook Live with us, but I want to be able to put down on this particular meeting we're doing tonight, I'm going to also put it on YouTube with an intro and an outro, and I want to have all of your information, because Kate, everybody, is available. She does tarot card readings, parties, but she's really, what I love is that she can do your astrology chart and give you an idea of what's going on. If this is not somebody that's looking into a crystal ball and telling you the future, what she's doing is she's just giving you a vision of what you can do to bring all the right and proper energy into your life. And I can say that because I had her help me. My book came out. I went to bestseller in 3 categories, which was great. Got some great interviews, some lift. Of course, I want more. It doesn't stop there. But the point is, it really does work in relationships. And that's why sometimes we need all the enhancements when it comes to our relationship. This isn't just for people that are single. This is for people, your children, right? Kate, could you expand on that? It's not just relationships with your romantic other, correct?
Correct. And when you're talking about astrology, astrology is just a roadmap to your life, right? And so understanding your natal chart and where your Venus sits, because Venus rules love, Venus might sit in another planet other than your sun sign. So even just learning about your Venus, what you look for in love, how you give love, there can be a lot of self-awareness that happens with that. So it is also another tool for helping you understand what you're looking for and what would be best suited for you based on what a planet sit in your chart.
So Dawn just asked, she wanted to know what the relationship corner was again, if you can just repeat that for her.
Absolutely. So I want you to stand at the front door of your space. So if you live in a house, the front door of your house, if you just are renting a room, just stand at the front door of your bedroom and think about the far back right corner. So not the front right corner, the far back right corner. And you're going to look inside the home and outside the home. You have a 2-story house, right? Then you have 3 back right corners. So you have downstairs, upstairs, and the backyard. And every house is different, right? So sometimes that's even a stairwell, right? And you have all this moving energy there. And it's not just that corner, like 6 inches by 6 inches. Take it out at least, probably 4 to 5 feet each. Give it a nice half circle to really look to see what's going on there.
Perfect. Well, I know we've used 20 minutes. I wanted to say I hope everybody enjoyed this segment. Harriet, stay on. You get an opportunity, and Tom, to ask her a few questions. Everybody out there in Facebook land, and it's going to be on IG land. I'm going to post this. This is so exciting. She does Tuesday morning. She also does, you do astrology. She talks about what's going on in the world and how the planets and everything is circulating. And it really makes all the difference in the world. I listen to you usually. So tomorrow at 10 o'clock, go to Facebook or IG at the same time. You on Instagram Live. So I'm going to have Kate put her information in. I'm going to post it on my Facebook page. Anybody have any questions, let me know. If you want me to bring it back, let me know. So I'm going to sign off on Facebook right here. And everybody, remember, don't forget, stay healthy, stay safe, and always spread love. Have a great evening. Bye. All right. Live stream is off. Okay. Gosh, okay, they loved what you talked. We had about almost 18 or 19 people watching. So that was, we had, yes, and we had some of Marlo's friends and Darlene and Andrea. We have the girls, but Harriet, if you want to unmute, and Tom, I'm going to give her a couple of minutes just if you want to ask her any questions. So Harriet.
I don't know. Can she see behind me? Can you see behind me? Okay. The picture that has the color burst in it, that's blue. Okay. That is part of my corner in the right. Okay. And there is a server. I have a plant there. Okay, the plant is great. And I just added a tree to the very corner leading to my sliding doors.
Perfect.
So.
And are you currently looking for a relationship? Or
yes. Yes. And
okay, so a couple things in that.
This only means something to you, Maria.
And
I got flowers
from
my mystery person.
Oh, the one.
Yes, the one.
Oh, the one that we said, okay, we're going to give. Oh, it's a long story, Kate, but you know what? Yeah. Okay. She's been following me for a while. So see, maybe it's because you just changed a few things around in your house and didn't know.
So, but may I ask though, just.
No, I changed my approach.
Oh, Kate has a question for you. Go ahead, Kate.
So,
go ahead.
You don't have to tell me the whole story, but is there some mystery around this person?
He's just different.
Okay. Okay.
He's non-committal.
Okay.
He's non-committal, and he comes around every so often, not all the time. And that's a red flag. Well, I thought it was a red flag, but maybe something's changed.
Yeah. Well, I think the big thing is it's always a family crisis. They are like non-stop. From when I first met him, his brother had an aneurysm, and just a lot of stuff.
He needs Feng Shui. Okay.
Yes.
Things. That picture, to me, from the camera, looks like a black hole.
Well, actually, it's navy blue.
Okay.
And it has sparkle.
Okay.
You won't be able to see that.
Okay.
And it has lines in it like a tree, but it's
Okay.
And I got that picture because blue is my favorite color.
Okay.
On the other wall, I have flowers.
Okay.
That's some blue.
Okay. Would you be able to switch those pictures?
No.
Okay.
Because that picture is on that wall because it's above my sofa. So unless I rearrange the whole thing,
okay,
move the server, because that picture is too big that I have over the sofa to fit on that wall. Okay. So the big thing was getting all my pictures proportionate to the wall.
Right. I know.
Harriet, you got to open your mind, darling. Hear what she's saying. Maybe you switch it around for a little while. You might, so you put that little picture there and two other things maybe alongside of it, and you put the big picture over there. Or you find something. I know what she's talking about. She's talking about, like you had me, something with fun.
But everybody who comes in and see that picture in person loves the picture. That's why that's why that picture seems to be a picture that everybody goes to and say, oh, I love this picture. Oh, it even have some sparkle.
You're so cute. You're so cute. Well, I'm so glad that you got.
So the picture is so much different in person than it is.
Okay.
All right.
From here it looks like you're shooting something down, like an empty tube. And I'm not saying that that's what it is. I understand that that's not what it is, but that's what it appears like. And so when we talk about people.
Oh yeah, with the light, I can tell because how the light is shining on it when I'm looking at it. Yes.
Okay.
But thank God it doesn't look like that in person.
And is there any alcohol in that cabinet that you have there?
No.
Okay.
There is no alcohol.
Okay, good.
There is no alcohol in my house. There will never be any recreational drugs in my house. There are just some things that are non-negotiable.
Yep, I just want to make sure that there's not, especially in the relationship corner.
Tom, could you hear me? Did you want to ask any questions or put something in the chat? I see you're still on. Okay, Tom is incognito. I don't know who Tom is, but it's okay. Tom is Tom. That's fine. No, I mean, I love what you had to say, Kate, and I'm going to go back and listen to it again. Harriet, you had any other questions for her before?
No, I just, I'm blessed with a very large hallway. So, but none of my pictures have people in them. Well, that's not true. I have the Last Supper over there on the opposite, the wall on the way out the door. That's about the only.
Okay.
Yes.
Is that only one out the door, Kate?
I have an article I've written on the Last Supper in the home, especially if Jesus is being portrayed in any sort of fashion that isn't honoring him in his best capacity, if you will. But if you don't have any people in your home, I would suggest maybe getting some artwork that shows duality in the people.
Terry, do you know how to save the chat if I send you her information, or do you want me to just send it to you via email? So you can read her article.
Oh, you can send it through email.
Okay. Well, I think maybe you need to read the article just to see what she has to say, But I think you made a good point up for everybody. If you want to have somebody in your life, you need to make sure you have two of everything. And I think that's all. But I'm not cleaning my closet. I'm not cleaning my closet out yet. They can go down the hall.
Yeah, I'm not worried about my closet, but I do have my bed to where I don't have anything on it but pillows.
Okay.
Now, before I moved here, because I didn't care whether I had a relationship or not, there were pillows and everything. That's why I was laughing when you were talking about, having, things on your bed to where only you could sleep in. Yes. But I'm telling you, I have slept in a queen bed probably ever since I owned my first apartment that I furnished. And now I'm like, God, if someone had to share my bed with someone, I think we're going to have to move to a king.
Oh, you have to have a king. I couldn't sleep in anything but a king. By myself, I sleep in a king.
Well, my queen has been fine, but I'm not sure.
The two people.
Yes, because I've been in it so long alone,
I have a question. So did he send you flowers or did he drop them off to you?
No, he actually brought them to me.
They're lovely. That's very lovely. It means you're moving in the right direction. But remember, Harriet, when you're really ready, I'm your gal. Call me.
Well, yes, and we're supposed to be going on an outing tomorrow.
Okay, well, keep me posted.
Well, exactly. But I mean, he pretty much knows. My thing today was like, hey, you got to win yourself back into my space. Smart. But my daughter sent me. My daughter sent me something that someone sent, And she says, and Maria, you're going to love this, because she says that she knows that at some point I said that this is a statement that I have made about relationships. And, oh, come on. Because it's so cute. I'm sorry, I'm taking up your time.
That's fine. Okay.
But I am.
Kate's partner is very patient. I don't know where he's at tonight. What's he doing? My dogs were good. I was very.
No. He's upstairs. He's like.
And my pictures are going to be hung next week. They're finally here. So then I'll send you a scope of everything that I finished to see if I did everything right. You know, I'm doing everything I should. Did you find it, Harry? Harriet's looking for something that her daughter sent her.
Yes, this is saying. Oh, here we go. Why is everyone so obsessed with keeping a man? I'm the prize. That man better be up at night worried about how he's going to keep me.
Oh, absolutely. You always have to remember you are the prize.
Yes.
And that's something that more women forget that than men. And that's the biggest thing.
Yes.
And it's so important that you hold out for somebody that's really good for you. Absolutely.
Yes, definitely.
So,
because, you know, my thing is, I've been, you know, alone and not in a relationship by choice, because all my friends tell me, well, you don't have a man because you don't want a man. And, you know, it's a very true statement. It has been a very true statement. But, yes, but still, there are just some things that are not negotiable. That happens when you get married at 18. You really realize that there are certain things that you do not compromise in a relationship. And when you're 18, you're not smart enough to know that.
anyway, if you decide that you want your astrology chart done, but listen to her podcast. Listen to them. They are fabulous. And I listen to them. I'm going to send you the link. I've sent it to several people, Kate, just so that you know, because I think it's very important.
I do listen to podcasts.
Mm-hmm. And podcasts are great because anything to enhance relationships, your work, whatever it is. So, Kate, I want to thank you so much for taking the time.
Absolutely.
And hopefully we'll have you back in a month or so, maybe before the holidays, just to give people some tips. Who knows if we're going to be quarantined. And Harriet, I love the colors you're wearing. You look fabulous.
Thank you.
They look beautiful. Tom, I don't know who you are, but okay. Good night, everybody. Thank you. Thank you.
And Maria, we will talk later.
Oh, call me. You have my number.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.